What is up, big dog? Welcome back to another video, end of the week, and not gonna lie, I had one tilt session that changed my week pretty damn bad, if I'm being honest. So it's coming into a Friday today. It was super important for me to just make sure I had a solid session where I wasn't trying to do too much, just wanted to get some base hits to maximize my 10 funded accounts that I have and just keep moving towards payout. And so let's actually take a look at that and the two trade setups that I took on the session. Now, before we hop on the charts, wanted to just take a look at the Trade Sinker like daily little P&L card here. You can see up, over $4,000 on a day. It's a solid way to end the week. $400 per account. That's, moving me towards, being eligible for payout on these 10 accounts. So that's what it's about, just solid base hits every single day. Every once in a while, you'll have a home run day to where you do get a chance to take advantage of a good move, where you were able to, catch some volume at the, potentially off of a zone or whatever, and take it to an extension level, and you're able to, make $600 or $800 on each account, and that's awesome. But for me, anywhere between $400 and $600 on each account, per trading session is awesome. I love to see those type of sessions. So let's get on these charts. So looking at the charts here, coming into my session, again, I don't trade until at least 10 a.m. Eastern. I want to give the market 30 minutes to let me know if it's not going to be able to break a certain zone or if it is going to be able to break a certain zone. And then I just want to, be able to respond to that information. So really coming in, had no bias necessarily in what I was thinking, but I did know here that we had a daily level that the market had broke through and then immediately reclaimed. And so seeing that reclaim, for me, I'm going to run a fib on this daily candle that completed the reclaim. And I just want to see, if it's the most like the next extension levels on that particular candle. So for me, my target was this -25. If we're able to hold on the 4 and 8 hour zone. So zooming into the 8 hour, we had coming into the session, we weren't near any 8 hour zones that could give me really information. I know that we weren't able to close above this 8 hour zone here. But that didn't necessarily tell me that we were particularly, going to go down. So then I zoomed into the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour, I noticed that we had this zone here where the market had tried for several attempts to actually break below, but couldn't. And a break below would have been the bottom of this zone, actual close through. So when I noticed that we didn't close through at this time, and then simply to end the New York Open, we pushed up off of this level. For me, that cued me to start looking for buys once I saw that. And see if the 1 hour gave me any more context. And also this 1 hour engulfing gave me a little bit more confidence to look for a long. So once that happened, it turned 8 a.m. and I took my first attempt to catch this move. Oops, didn't mean to move that. My first attempt to catch this move and actually lost the trade. So I got a break through this support level here with this candle, and then this candle here reclaimed. And so when this candle reclaimed, I then entered long, hoping that we would then see the momentum continue up. But we pretty much immediately, spiked back down to stop me out. And so I was just like, okay, attempt number one, that's fine. At that point, I was down maybe $130 on each account, which I'm like, that's totally fine. And then I started to just make note of certain levels. At this point, I can do it with my eyes. Like it's not that big of a deal as far as like marking it up every single time, but it does help to just remember. So we had this level here break, and then this candle immediately reclaimed. And then that's where I entered, let's see. Nope. So we had this here where I entered here and basically just wanted to target the extension level, which looks like I accidentally deleted or turned off, but whatever. So this was the negative 25 extension on the daily. And so I just simply took this setup here and was able to capture that. So again, the only reason I entered, or the main reason I was looking for longs, was because of that the daily bias of reclaiming a level. And then on top of that, we couldn't break this level on the 4 hour after multiple attempts. Like, we just kept getting held up at this level, and we were kind of between this. But once I saw this reclaim, it reclaimed multiple levels. If we were to draw a zone, this candle pushed down, and then we had a gap with this candle, but then the wicks are going to give us the main meat and potatoes of the zone. So we broke through that zone technically, but still this zone here held up, and we actually pushed up off of it, cueing me to start looking for longs to then be able to look for that daily extension for the fibs. So we draw a fib from the bottom of this daily up to the top of that one. And the reason I'm drawing it that way is because of this was the one to reclaim the volume. So when that happens, you know, we got stuck at the -12, which is an area I do pay attention to. Oftentimes failed moves do kind of lose momentum at that level, which is why I have it marked off. But since we lost a little momentum, but we held intraday at that 4 hour level, it gave me confidence to hold up to that -25. So that's the trades we were able to capture today. One was a loss, one was a win, in the day of $400 per account. So a good trading day. Overall, you know, with this being in this industry, you got to be able to move on from, you know, bad days and bad periods of trading, and learn from those, though, not just simply just, you know, foot on the gas, you know, not actually, you know, pulling our head up to really, you know, look at what we're doing wrong, what we could be better at, how we could put guardrails up. So one thing I've done is I went into my Rithmic actual dashboards and adjusted my daily risk parameters, just because I have really good consistency, but the day that I have like a losing day, it's like a horrible losing day. And so I just realized I gotta adjust down my actual, you know, losses and make it so that I really put some guardrails up for myself. Yeah, the firms are gonna give you bigger, you know, daily loss limits that'll basically cut your days in half, to where if you have two, you know, back-to-back maximum loss days, you'll lose the account. I want to break that into 4 or 5, to where 2 days doesn't ruin, you know, my ability to make money with the funded accounts that I do have. So just wanted to give you guys that update on my week and how I ended the week. So hope you guys enjoy your weekend. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment if you guys have any questions on anything that I'm doing, and I'll see you guys next week.